Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. So today we are doing zodiac sign predictions for the month of August. This is the first time I'm doing this video. I've been meaning to do this for a really long time. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put timestamps in the description below. You just go find your sun sign, but you can also look up your rising sign if you like. And we're going to pull 3 cards for each zodiac sign to kind of see what the overview of the month is going to be like for you. And then we're going to pull 1 or 2 oracle cards depending on what kind of message you need to hear. And yeah, if you like this kind of content, please make sure you like, subscribe, and let's get right into it. Hello Aries, let's see what the month of August is bringing you. And we have the Tower, the Hanged Man, and the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so there are 2 themes that are going on here, so take it as it resonates. But either you have been planning for something to fall apart for quite some time and kind of gave it up to, maybe higher power, maybe realized that you might not be as in control as you think you are or as you thought you were in terms of trying to force the 3D reality, and whatever you've been planning and putting time and effort into is going to come to fruition. Or if you are the kind of person that normally really heavily leans into long-term plans for stability, you are being asked this month to really take a step back, and something that you may have been putting too much time and effort into or have been worried about will actually fall apart as a lesson for you to learn to maybe let go of control a little bit and just kind of go with the flow a little. I know Aries can sometimes be a little bit tightly wound. I would know, I grew up with one. Grew up with one for a long time. So let's see what the oracles have to say. But overall, this might be a little bit of a more difficult month for you, depending on what the Tower is and what it represents for you. But you are being asked to slow down either way and to just kind of take a step back and realize that it is okay to not always force things, and that you can make long-term plans but still live your life instead of running after them full speed ahead and ignoring everything else around you. And the oracle card we have for you is Find the Lesson. Discover the purpose in a situation. Trust that you are learning. So I think that card kind of speaks for itself. So August will be a month of lessons and learning for you, and just really taking a step back, maybe taking a breath and kind of seeing what it is that you maybe need to learn. And this one also fell out. I want to be a queen, stating your sovereignty, declaring freedom, and passing a test. So this is clearly very much aligned with this. So whatever you're going through is supposed to be a test, and you are going to pass it if you are just leaning into this. And just kind of taking a step back is, I think, the biggest lesson for you, to either take a step back or to realize that sometimes not doing something or not doing anything, really just keeping your feet still, is what's going to get you to your end result instead of trying to force and push. So yeah, that sounds like an interesting month for you, Aries, and I hope you guys still have a very good month, and I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, my lovely Tauruses. Let's see what the month of August is going to bring for you. And we have the World in reverse, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So Taurus, for this month, you are definitely going to be confronted with a situation where I feel like you might have not learned a lesson yet, or your lesson yet. This might be a situation where you felt there wasn't really equal give and take. This could have been a contract or something that I feel like there was a promise made to you, probably in the financial realm. This could also be any other situation of your life. Take it as it resonates, but I do assume it was financial in some way, or just something tangible that didn't really come to pass. And I think you're going to have to confront that this month and really deal with the fallout and the consequences of that, because I know Taurus can sometimes be, a little bit of a people pleaser. So I think this month it's important for you to not people please, to stand up for yourself, to speak your mind, and to confront this issue, because seeing with the World reversed, this is a reoccurring continuous issue for you that keeps coming up for you until you learn your lesson. So it's really important for you to just confront whatever's bothering you. Might be something older even. I mean, the Six of Pentacles, it's kind of hard to say. This could be something new, but you would know, probably work related, but this could also be privately, a contract you have with somebody. This could even be an unspoken contract. Don't just think in terms of, oh, I signed something, or someone owes me money, or I owe them money or something. This could literally be almost like an unspoken bond or something like that. So a situation that you thought was going to pay off that ended up not paying off is going to come back around for you to finally resolve it. So let's get an oracle card for you. And we have all in the golden afternoon: inspiration, creative spark, imagination, and conception. So seeing as the Ace of Pentacles is obviously the opposite of that, I think what this basically just says is if you get through this, you are probably going to tap into a part of you you have not seen in a long time or never tapped into maybe. I think this will really get you to follow maybe hobbies you've neglected, or just realize that you are way, way more in control than you thought you ever were. And this is gonna really, really spark creativity in you, and you're gonna get like this new zest for life almost, because once you are out of this situation, it's never gonna come back around. And I'm pretty sure this blocked you from just being able to live your life. It's almost like constantly looking over your shoulder, knowing there is something coming, even if you were not the problem in this situation, but you not speaking up and standing up for yourself caused issues. Like, think of being dragged into drama you didn't ask for, and it blocked your creative flow, and not just your inspiration, but even just starting things fresh, because it's almost like you couldn't really start anything new, whether that's in your love life or your work life or whatever it is, because you constantly had this like albatross around your neck. And this month you're gonna release it and become just a whole new version of yourself, or at least tap into a whole new version of yourself. And we love to see the growth. So I hope you guys have a wonderful August, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hello, my lovely Geminis. Let's see what the month of August is going to bring to you. And we have the Temperance in reverse. Excuse the pet hair. I have a lot of pets. The Six of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Okay. Gemini, might be a little bit of a rougher month. If you literally have children, there could be some change happening with the kids. Something that is just something that you don't see coming. Doesn't have to be negative, by the way. I don't think this is necessarily negative, but I think this might be something you just don't expect, them growing up too fast, or things just changing, them maybe going to school, and things just like something disrupting your routine that you just didn't really calculate. And I know that Geminis can sometimes be in their head about it, so I do believe that this is a lot of you being in your head, more so than an actual issue. So you're going to be overthinking a lot this month. If you don't have kids and this is just the past and nostalgia coming back, this could be about someone coming back in that you know caused you a lot of issues in the past, maybe made you overthink. This could also be someone coming back that might have owed you something, and you might be able to get closure from this. Or maybe, I just heard, this could be literally you just hearing through the grapevine about something or somebody that caused you problems in the past and kind of put you totally off balance, and you kind of walked away from that, because I know Geminis are very, very good at that, but you still didn't get closure, not necessarily because you did something wrong, but because you felt like even though you tried really hard, you weren't really fully vindicated in this situation. And there were some people that still side-eyed you about something. And I feel like this is gonna come back around to vindicate you. So, but it's gonna be in a way where you initially might be overthinking or stressed out about it. So this is one of those things where, let's say, for example, you're manifesting something, or you're praying for something, and then something really bad happens and you don't understand, but it was just the bridge of events to get you to the good spot. So my advice for you in the month of August would be to not overthink, to just try and stay as calm as possible and take everything with a grain of salt, and try to like just mentally distance yourself from it, because at the end of the day, it is going to come back around in a good way for you and going to vindicate you. It might just be a little bit of a rough path getting there, but it's going to be definitely good for you, and maybe even like your self-care, so you can take a little bit more time to just nurture yourself in a way that benefits you in the long run, because I don't think you've been doing a lot of like taking care of yourself. So the oracle card for you this month is nonsense. It's time to talk sense. So exactly what we just talked about. you're going to be in your head a lot and you're going to create a lot of nonsense that legitimately is not true. Based on your, so that's with manifestation, for example, we always say don't look to the 3D for validation, look inside yourself, because it's just the mirror of you, but it doesn't mean that the mirror is necessarily always true. And I think this really applies to you. You are going to be a lot in your head. You're going to have a lot of anxiety, maybe paranoia about certain things, even though they're going to come around in the best way for you. And I think this card is literal. You need to talk sense into your own brain and tell your brain like, hey, it's time to stop. This is nonsense. And we know this is going to come out good. So a lot of self-care, a lot of self-talk, and a lot of vindication for you this month. So I hope you guys have a wonderful August, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, Cancer, let's see what the month of August brings for you. We have the Six of Wands in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the King of Swords in reverse. Okay, so Cancer, I think that this month will be a little rough for you. Not in a bad way, but definitely in a way where you trying to be nice is not gonna work. So I feel like this is a continuation of whatever happened in the past couple months, but there was a situation where you might have had a delay in success, or you felt embarrassed, or were just kind of running into a lot of roadblocks, and things were just not going the way you hoped they were going, and you kind of almost fell into this functional depression, I want to say. You just had a lot of lack of energy and a lot of like lack of wanting to keep going, and just not even wanting to explain yourself anymore and vindicate yourself. But this month, that will change and that will turn around. And I think as a result of it, you might be lashing out at people. Whether that's deserved or not deserved is up to you. But my advice to you would definitely be try and hold it back a little bit. Just be a little bit careful about who you're directing your anger to. Make sure that it's A, to the right people, and B, it's actually necessary. Because I understand when you're going through something and you felt like nobody believed you, and then you're vindicated and all of a sudden you're like, hey, maybe I need to like let it out on everybody now. But I feel this month is gonna be a big lesson for you in trying to maybe hold your tongue a little and not lash out at people so much, just to kind of feel better, because it's a short-term, it's like short-term gratification for maybe long-term problems. And I'm not saying you're going to get problems from that, but I know that you're probably going to not feel good about it in the long run. But you are definitely going to get your flowers here. So whatever has been going on for the past couple of months is not going to continue. You are going to get the chance to really speak your mind and clear your name, depending on what the situation is. But you're definitely going to get your due here. Just try and see if it's really worth letting out the anger. But let's see what the Oracle cards have to say for you this month. Jesus. Okay, we have investigate. Look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. So I think this is definitely on par with that. I feel like this might also speak to the fact that you may think that there are people that were involved in your situation that maybe at the end of the day were maybe just a messenger and not the actual problem. So make sure that you definitely ask questions and investigate and come more from that place, because if you are asking questions and letting people talk, you're going to get a lot more out of it than trying to go after people, because then people normally shut down and you won't get anything. So this is literally about who was just a messenger, who was maybe involved in this, is it really worth my time, and do I maybe have bigger fish to fry, depending on what your situation is. So you're definitely going to get a very big healing opportunity, in the sense that you don't always need to lash out at people and speak your mind, but that you are literally being asked to take a step back and literally think before you act or you speak. So definitely an interesting month for you, Cancers. I definitely want to hear in the comments how it's going, and I hope you guys still have a wonderful rest of August, and I will see you in the next video. Okay, Leos, let's see what the month of August is going to bring you. And we have the King of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and the Magician. Okay, so we got two messages here. First of all, if you have been manifesting that somebody might be showing their true colors, you're definitely going to get that this month. If you have been manifesting that you've been meaning or getting the opportunity to tell somebody off, that will also come for you. But I think the main message here is that you have somebody in your life, almost like an op, someone who is really manipulative and just not to be trusted, someone who causes you a lot of drama and a lot of trouble. And you're gonna get the opportunity to either communicate with them this month, like really sternly communicate your point and set a boundary, or you're going to hear something about them where they're going to be exposed for their ways. It's almost one of those things where you may have tried to tell people and people didn't really listen, or were like side-eyeing you a little bit. And you are definitely going to hear through the grapevine that this person got what they had coming, basically. And you're going to be able to just literally sit back. Like, I think you're being asked to just sit back and relax and not really get involved, because it's one of those things where whatever higher power you believe in is gonna come and expose it for you. I don't think you have to do a whole lot this month except sit back and see everybody being like, oh, this Leo was actually right. Because I know Leo sometimes like to be a little bit grandstandy, but not in a negative way. You're just trying to get your message out in a way that people can see and hear. And sometimes people don't like always necessarily take that seriously, because they're like, oh, they're just, putting on a performance. But you weren't putting on a performance. You were warning people. You were telling people about this. Or maybe confiding in people. Maybe, I don't even think you told the full story. I think you actually watered it down and already got the reaction of like, huh, are you sure about that? Because this is a very sneaky and very manipulative person. Could be an air sign, doesn't have to be though. But this is someone who's very good at kind of getting the narrative in their favor, at least temporarily. So you had a hard time going up against that, but August is definitely going to vindicate you. So let's see what we have for you in terms of Oracle. This is interesting because we had these two cards for Cancer as well. So we got investigate, look closely, ask questions, and think before acting. Yeah, this is definitely going to ask you to just sit back, take a step back, and let things unfold. That's got a second one for you. Falling, the unknown, descent, momentum, and change. So again, this is literally telling you to keep your feet to the ground, keep still. Don't do anything. It's going to happen on its own. You're already on the way. It's almost one of those things where something is happening in the background and you just haven't heard about it yet. So it's not that things aren't happening just because you're not hearing it. It is on the way, and it has been on the way for months. You didn't need to do all of that, all of the like trying to get people to hear you and trying to get your message out. But I understand why you were doing it. But this month you are going to reap the benefits of what you have sown. But you need to just let it rest. It's just like you're not digging up a seed every time you planted it just to see if it's growing. It is growing, and it is about to sprout this month, okay? So I hope you have a wonderful August, Leo, and I will see you in the next video. Virgos, let's see what the month of August has in store for you. And we have the Three of Cups in reverse, the King of Pentacles in reverse, and the Chariot in reverse. Okay, my lovely little Virgos. So, and I get it, my mom's a Virgo, love her. This month, you are being asked to really, really sit and evaluate. I think you are dealing with a situation where you have known that this has maybe not been the best situation for a while. Could involve another earth sign. Doesn't have to be, could just be somebody who might be financially better off than you, or someone who you thought was stable, but they're actually turning out to be not very stable at all. You might have tried to plan something with them or try to basically move things ahead, but nothing's going, nothing's working, everything's staying stagnant. Sometimes the Three of Cups is about third-party situations, but this could literally just be also like a little bit of a warning to try and keep your jealousy in check and your drinking, especially if you are someone who indulges in substances, especially with the cups, maybe drinking, because whatever is happening here, like you maybe had an event planned or something and it's kind of gone sour. You realize this person is just not showing up. This person is not helping. Could be at work, for example, if someone is trying to work with you and you're working on a project and you're just trying so hard and they're just not giving you what you need. I think this month it is time for you to realize that your reputation is not more important than your mental health and your well-being. and that whatever situation you're dealing with here, and I think this has probably been going on for a minute, it's not going to change. It's never going to change because this person isn't going to change. So you need to cut your losses and move on. And I think that not only your reputation will recover, because you're going to be looked at as the one that actually knew their worth and walked away. I don't know if you've been following the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni trial, but I know that Blake is a Virgo, for example. So if I were to pull this for her, I would be like, maybe it's time to take a step back. This is not, not the vibe. Because whatever is going on here, it's just not going. Whoever you're dealing with, they're not budging. So whether this is work related or love related or even just family related, this could be a family member. Sometimes King of Pentacles kind of like reads like dad energy. This situation is not going to change. It's time to cut the cord. It's time to move on. And it's time to do what you need to do for your mental health, and your reputation is going to stay intact. Unless you try to I would say just don't go overboard in terms of trying to tell people about what has been going on. You can obviously confide in people, but I wouldn't go out of my way to, how am I supposed to say this? Go out of my way to explain myself. Let this person's actions speak for themselves. I think you have maybe been covering for this person for a while and thought that this was going to change if you just kept it afloat long enough, but this boat was going to sink either way and it's time to jump ship. So let's see what we have in terms of oracles for you, and it is choices, feeling blocked, restrained. You know which choice you have to make. You've been blocked and restrained, but this is a blocking and restraining of your own making. This is giving Eight of Swords energy. You are literally blocking yourself from making the right choice here because you know what the right choice is for you. Let's get you a second one. Use your time well, make every moment count. So I think this is very clear cut. You're wasting your time in this. You could be doing so much better and so many more things in your life instead of wasting your time trying to drag this person along. And because it's almost like they can use their legs, but they're just choosing not to. So you're just dragging them along on a leash while depleting your own energy. So I think this is going to be a hard choice for you to make, mostly from a standpoint of you feel like you maybe put a lot of time and effort into this and it's not fair. But at the end of the day, you are going to be rewarded for choosing yourself first here and leaving this person behind, because they're never ever going to change or support you or give you whatever it is that you're asking of them or even requiring of them. I have a feeling they're probably going to be replaced by something a lot better, probably a lot faster than you even expect. So my lovely Virgos, sorry, I hope you have a wonderful August, and I will see you in the next reading. My lovely Libras, let's see what August has in store for you. And we have the Four of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, Libra, this month you have either already walked away from something or you are literally about to walk away from something that has just really caused you a lot of stress. It really put you in a place of not knowing whether to go left and right and what to do and where to go and how to just kind of navigate things. But this month will be a lot about you retreating, healing. You might be even getting an unexpected apology from somebody or something. That doesn't even make any sense. Well, you get my point. You take it as it resonates. It's been a long day today. So you are definitely going to be in this place where you realized that waiting for results is not going to come. It's almost one of those things where they say time heals all wounds, and it does. But you know that in order to heal, you have to be active and you have to do something about it, and you have to get back out there and just live your life and be passionate about things again and do things that are just for you and you alone. I think this month is one of those months where it's going to be a lot of self-care, a lot of retreat, and a lot of healing, but also a little bit of selfishness. Be selfish this month. If someone asks you of something and you don't feel good about it, say no this month. Absolutely put your foot down and say, nope. If I just want to stay at home today and I want to have cats on my belly and I want to eat ice cream out of a tub instead of doing something that you say I should be doing, I'm going to do that and I'm going to say no to you. And I think you're going to be very, very highly rewarded by really accelerating your health and healing journey this month. So pretty short message. Let's see what Oracle has to say for you. But yeah, this is just a month of healing and reflection and just doing what you need to do and want to do. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Exactly. You are so powerful. your healing journey is in your hands. And yes, I do believe that the apology that you want is coming, but I hope that you are starting to maybe also realize that you don't need the apology. This is you. You don't need someone else to apologize to validate your pain. And it's obvious that whatever you went through was very painful for you, and walking away from it wasn't easy. But if you really just nurture yourself, you're not, like, by the time the apology gets to you, you probably wouldn't even want it anymore. And it's going to be one of those things where, yeah, that was nice to hear, but did I need it for my personal growth and my healing? Absolutely not. Like, you're going to be so way past that, to the point where I feel like whoever is giving you the apology is actually going to be shocked, because they're going to meet a person. They're not going to meet the same person they left behind, or that you were when you left them behind. This is going to be a whole new you this month, and we love to see it. So, my lovely Libras, I hope you have a wonderful August, and I will see you in the next video. My lovely Scorpios, let's see what the month in August has in store for you. We have the Nine of Cups, we have the World in reverse, and we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, so it seems like you have been trying to manifest something or try to make something happen, and every time it's almost like you're just chasing the carrot, but every time you almost have it, there's going to be a setback, or there's something happening that you just don't understand why it's happening. And I think the month of August is going to be a really big lesson for you to learn that if you don't change self, it's not going to come into fruition. So you're going to continuously run into setbacks until you understand what you actually need to change. If we're talking in manifestation terms. Oh gosh, I've been tongue-tied today. I apologize. If we are talking in manifestation terms, this would be one of those things where if you're manifesting something outside of you, it's not gonna work because you're not doing self-concept work. You have to change self and how you see certain things, or the kind of assumptions that you have. And there might be a chance, this is not for everybody, but this is for a big group of you, where once you are actually doing the work to change your self-concept, you are not even going to want that original manifestation anymore. It's gonna change. You're gonna want something different, or something that maybe is similar but not the same, and you realize that you wanted that from an old, broken self-concept, where the healed version of you never ever would have even approached that to begin with. And I think in the month of August, you're either one of two things are going to happen, and this is obviously at your discretion. You're either going to figure out what exactly that is and then kind of sit with it and process it, or you're going to figure out exactly what it is and you're going to jump straight into action and do something about it. And you're going to change your self-concept, and it's just going to open up a whole new world for you this month. So let's see what Oracle has to say. We actually had a couple jump out. Okay. We have use your time well, and we have these two for Libra as well. We have choices feeling blocked and restrained, and change in the night. You have changed quietly. Here we go. So obviously this is the current manifestation. You're feeling blocked and restrained. It's just not happening for you the way you wanted to because of your self-concept. And now you're realizing, hey, I'm actually not utilizing my time properly because I should be working on my self-concept, and it's going to change everything. And you will literally wake up overnight being changed. It's going to happen very quietly, very just in your little bubble this month. And it's going to be one of those things where you maybe have even told people about your manifestation and you were so excited about it and it just never came to fruition, or whatever you've even been working on. Doesn't even have to be manifesting, could literally be any goal you've been working towards. And then you're going to start to do the healing work quietly in the middle of the night. If you like to do SADs or just prayer or journal or whatever. And you're going to wake up one day and people are going to come to you and be like, hey, you have a different glow about you. What did you change? And it's going to be your little secret. But the month of August is going to be incredibly transformative for you. You're going to wake up a whole new version of you. You're going to find healing. I know that Scorpio has been going through it with the Pluto in transit as well back in July. And it's almost like it pushed you into really looking at your life from a completely different lens, which is why you didn't get your manifestations, because you weren't meant to get it from the self-concept that you were at the time. But August will bring a lot of change and a lot of healing. And if you still want that particular manifestation, like I said, a small group of you will, you're going to get it, no problem. It's going to come to you real easy. But I think a lot of you will start to realize that the healed Scorpio of you is not the same as the one that acts from a place of being maybe like just a little bit emotionally volatile. And I get it, I have Scorpio placements, so I know sometimes we can get a little bit in our head and bring the stinger out, but you're going to realize that you don't even need it because you're in full control if you step into your full Scorpio power. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful August, and I will see you in the next video, Scorpio. Okay, Sagittarius, let's see what August brings for you. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. A lot of repeating themes this month for all of the signs. We have Justice, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so Sagittarius, this might be a little bit of a rougher month for you. If you are in legal disputes with somebody, if you are in a contract, this could literally be work-related, but also privately, personal life. You will get your victory in this, but it will be delayed. You will definitely get your justice. You will get your due. You will be paid your due, but it's not gonna happen this month. It's not gonna come maybe in the way you even wanted to. This is a little bit of a delayed energy where either you've been in this for a while or you're starting the process now because you realize that you've actually been cheated out of credit here. You've been cheated out of what is owed to you, and you may start the process of getting it back. This could be legal. This could also just be you standing up for yourself and deciding, no more, I don't want to do this. I don't want to keep being a doormat for anybody and everybody because I've been quiet for too long about this. So take it as it resonates for this month. But I think for the majority of you, you are already in this and it's going to drag out a little bit longer, but you are definitely going to be vindicated. Like, there's no need to feel embarrassed or defeated. This is not defeat. This is not, how does that go? Like, this is not a no, this is just a not yet. Okay, so let's see what the oracle cards have for you, because this was a very short and to the point reading. But yeah, please don't feel discouraged because you are definitely going to win this in the long run. Paint the roses red, covering up errors. Let's got a second one for you. We have wake up, it's your moment. So obviously, I think that speaks for itself. Yeah, this is going to be your moment. You are going to get it even if it takes longer, but literally the covering up errors, this is whoever you're fighting. They're trying to literally scramble, and maybe this is where the delay is coming in. So if you are, whoever you're going up against, if you see them doing something and you're like, oh my God, they're going to get away with it. No, they're not. They're absolutely not. Whatever they're doing over there is actually going to benefit you in the long run, even if it delays certain things. So this would be an incredibly great time to just watch and observe and, you know, give them the rope to hang themselves. They're already in the middle of it. You don't need to interfere, and you don't need to, you know, basically try and figure things out or fix it, because whatever you set in motion is already in motion in the background, whether you know about it or not. And whatever looks like a temporary victory for them is going to bite them in the butt in the long term, and you're going to come out of this just fine. So anyway, Sagittarius, I hope you still have a wonderful August, and I will see you in the next video. Capricorns, let's see what the month of August is going to bring for you. And we have the Five of Cups in reverse. We have the Tower. Okay. And we have the Devil in reverse. Okay, Capricorn, this is going to be a good month for you. So whatever you're dealing with right now that has been stressing you out, this could be a toxic relationship, this could be a toxic friendship, a toxic workplace, something that has just been stressing you out so much, is going to fall apart this month. I don't think you have to do a whole lot. A lot of themes this month for everybody else was really just taking a step back and letting things breathe. But for you, it's going to be a very exhilarating month. I think you're going to be very excited about things that are happening, and you're going to get the chance to actually start the recovery process, like emotionally, mentally, and just really get your bearings again after getting out of this situation. So it's almost one of those things where, let's say, for example, you're in a really bad work situation and you can't quit and they won't fire you either, you know, but then something happens and the company falls apart because the CEO did something crazy. So everybody is actually being let go with like reverence packages or something. I don't know. Well, you get my point. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I personally never worked in corporate America, but I've worked overseas before, so I kind of know how that can go sometimes. And this is one of those things where you are definitely going to come out of this in a way that is almost shocking a little bit. I don't think you're going to see this coming. I think you've been trying to figure out how to get out of the situation for a while, and then it's it's almost one of those things where you've been trying to solve a puzzle for so long and it's just not working, and then you take a break and all of a sudden you touch it once and it falls apart and it's like solved, you know? This is giving that energy. So whatever you've been struggling with, you're definitely going to get out of. It's going to be a little bit of a shocking event, but you're literally going to sit back with your popcorn and be like, yeah, this is my recovery. This is my, you know, healing era. And yeah, this is definitely your comeback era this month. So let's see. No need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. Exactly. Whether you're manifesting this, you're praying for this, or whether you're just chilling and watching this reading, you have all the power here. You know how powerful you are. So even if that moment happens and you don't immediately recognize it and you get this like tiny ping of anxiety, which can happen sometimes, I understand. Even if that were to happen, remember, know this is happening to your benefit and you're going to come out of this incredibly victorious and incredibly healed and recovered. So love to see it for you, Capricorn, and I hope you have a wonderful August, and I'll see you in the next reading. Aquarius, let's see what the month in August has in store for you. And we have the Page of Swords, we have Temperance in reverse, and we have the Chariot in reverse. Okay, so a situation that you have been dealing with that it's stalled. It definitely stalled at the very least, but there might be, or this might be somebody who just took advantage of you. There was just like an unequal give and take, or something was just really unfair and wasn't going in your favor or working in your favor. And either you took it on the chin and just hoped that it would get better, or maybe you even tried to fight for it to get better. Stalled, there was nothing going on, there was nothing happening. But this month, Aquarius, things are going to turn around for you. Things are going to change. Your problem is going to be solved, whatever kind of problem it is. Or if it's not going to get solved right away, you are going to get into a situation where I have a feeling two other people might fight or somebody else might get involved. And it's not going to end well, but it's going to benefit you. So it's almost like, you know, you're looking from the outside in and being like, yeah, they might be fighting. The girls are fighting, but I'm definitely benefiting from this. So whatever situation you got going on here where it might have felt like you were being screwed over for a really, really long time and nobody stepped in to fix things. It's one of those things where, you know, you see injustices happening, but you don't even know how to fight them because you're in the middle of it. That is going to get solved for you, whether that's legally or otherwise. But I think this is probably work related. But again, take it as it resonates. It's totally up to you. Could also be friendship, relationship, whatever. Family even. But yeah, something that where someone or something has gone and like where someone has done wrong to you, or where something has gone wrong for you that was not deserved, is gonna come back around this month and it's gonna get solved. So love to see that for you. Let's get you an oracle card. We have Painting the Roses Red, Covering Up Errors, and we have Wake Up, It's Your Moment. This is actually the exact same that I believe, I'm not sure, I think Sagittarius got the same one. One of the other signs got the same one. But yeah, so someone is trying to cover up their errors, or has been trying to cover up their errors, and the mistakes that they've been making to kind of keep everybody from getting their justice. But it's your moment. You're definitely gonna have there's either going to be a loophole that's going to be exposed, or you're just going to have the opportunity to stand up for yourself and do something about it. Could also be, if this is like a really big thing, could be like, it's giving like class action lawsuit energy if this was, for example, work related or company money related. But something is going to happen where either you have the opportunity to stand up for yourself and solve it, or someone else gets into an argument with the person that owes you and you're going to be able to benefit from them somehow. You're basically going to just be able to ride their coattails here. But either way, very victorious month for you, and definitely love to see it. So Aquarius, I hope you have a wonderful August, and I will see you in the next reading. Pisces, let's see what the month of August is going to bring for you. We have the Ace of Cups in reverse, the Page of Cups, and the Hierophant. Okay, maybe not the best month for you. Again, just take that as it resonates. If you are in a relationship and you feel like things have not been going so well, this might be the month where things are going to fall apart for you permanently. Not going to be easy. It's definitely not going to be something you're going to be happy and excited about. I feel like this is something where you've tried for a really long time to maybe make it work, and you're definitely going to be sensitive about it. And I know Pisces, they like to be a little bit dreamy sometimes. So it's one of those things where you have maybe felt that the situation or relationship has been better than it actually has been, or you at least try to tell yourself that it's been better than it has been. This could also be traditional institutions. So it doesn't always have to be a relationship necessarily, but just because we have all of those cups here, I kind of think it's probably love related. Could also be friendship related. This could sometimes just be soulmates and stuff. But either way, it's one of those things where August is really going to push you to confront the issues that you had in this situation with this person. And you're going to have to really look at it from a more realistic lens, I think. So whatever is having, like, whatever has caused you problems here, whoever has caused you issues here, it's one of those things where, you know, sometimes when we don't listen, people are getting removed for us in a sense. Even if you are believing in manifestation, the subconscious will sometimes remove people for you if you don't learn your lesson and you're just not happy, depending on your individual assumptions, obviously. But yeah, so a little bit of a rough month for you this month, Pisces, but let's see what the oracle cards have to say for you. And we have, I wonder what will happen next. Ready to adventure. Precipice. Jesus, I have not heard that word in a while. Precipice of change and pause before action. And we have it's always tea time, eternity, endless moments, repetition. So yeah, I think this is one of those things where, you know, you wonder what will happen next, but it's one of those things where, you know, you're a Pisces, you always land on your feet at the end of the day. You're going to have a whole lot of time to either find somebody else or heal. And, you know, well, I think maybe it's also a little bit of a warning, not just one of those things where it's like, you don't have to worry about how things are going to go for you because they're going to end up okay. And you know, you always get in this cycle of like, well, what am I going to do next? And you feel, you know, sorry for yourself, but then it's going to turn out just fine. It's going to turn out amazing. But this could also be a little bit of a warning that maybe this situation up here was just yet another repeat of, you know, you wondered what will happen next. And then you kind of, because you didn't want to sit in this wondering energy, you jumped into the next thing. And then the cycle repeated itself, where maybe it's time for you to evaluate whether this is the kind of cycle you want to stay in forever, because we don't want to keep repeating the same issues over and over again. Or maybe it's time for you to take a step back and do a little bit of self-reflection, introspection, and healing this month, and maybe say, hey, I wonder what will happen next, but what do I actually want to happen next? Is this really what I want to keep doing for the rest of my life? So anyway, a little bit of an introspective August for you, Pisces. But yeah, I still hope it's going to be great, and I will see you guys in the next video.